ego, ignorance, and the predator mind. Ignorance is defined as that which is only identified with the material world and the use of external organs of perception. To remain ignorant is a choice that many people make both consciously and unconsciously because they are afraid. Satanic forces, as well as the negative alien agenda, understand this trauma behaviour in humanity and exploit this weakness of ego fear aggressively. If the masses remain in negative ego fears, they will remain ignorant. Therefore, the masses are much easier to manipulate and mind control through chaos, fears, confusion, and power conflicts. This is the time to leave fear and leave ignorance of the negative ego thought patterns. What do you need to do now to remove fear from controlling you? Searching for spiritual knowledge, that which one's inner soul and heart resonate, is that which will lead us away from darkness, ignorance, and suffering. Yet the biggest impediment to all humans on the quest for spiritual truth and knowledge is unresolved ego fear, religious mind control, and emotional immaturity based on unhealed trauma. If we are fear-based and believe we are not worthy enough, we stunt our development, thereby refusing access to deep self-knowledge. If we refuse to get out of the kiddie pool, or the superficial levels of life interaction, mentally or emotionally, we remain too immature to grasp higher spiritual knowledge. This ignorance leaves most human beings dog-paddling in circles through life, completely unable to make informed decisions about the future direction because they are being treated like farm animals by the controllers. Self-awareness and spiritual knowledge ultimately reaches the nexus point in one's spiritual journey where the catalytic breakthrough beyond ignorance, beyond the negative ego, is required to progress, evolve, and be free. The predator mind. Imposter spirit is the Luciferian or satanic spirit which promotes false light authority and anti-life architecture through deception, lies of omission, manipulation with malice to promote intentional harm, death or destruction to serve its selfish personal agenda. These anti-life belief systems are the basis which forms the negative ego and was manifested out of the predator mind of the Orion group. Superior or inferior thinking. The predator mind stays in its superiority complex of the polarity while it projects inferiority on the targets of its submission and enslavement. This is the predictability of the Orion group and their repeated use of the controller archetype. To master the negative ego, one will need to identify these inferior or superior thought forms and their archetypes and belief systems as they are acted upon, in order to shift and refocus negative thoughts back into neutral. This is the act of freeing your mind from being under mind control. Do an inventory of personal thoughts and identify them as inferior or superior, or as love thoughts or fear thoughts. Make a choice right now which thoughts you want to own and those you want to discard. As a goal, use the above or any other spiritual self-centering model to keep your mind balanced and stay in centered, loving and neutral thoughts. How long can you stay there in the center? Make it a goal to improve your ability to stay within the essence and energy of the keywords that maintain your spiritual center. Bring yourself back to the center with breath and applying neutral association to circumstances when you fall out of inner balance. Keywords associated with superior thinking: intolerance, impatience, arrogance, manipulation, attack, anger, judgmental thinking. Key words associated with inferior thinking: worry, low self-love or esteem, jealousy, guilt, hurt, fear, attachment, and martyrdom. When you drop into either an inferior or superior thought form, immediately label it as negative ego and disidentify with the thought as defining your value or true Christos nature. Do not let negative thoughts control you. Refocus and affirm the correct thought pattern.